Hello everyone, this is Vinita. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet, please do so that you get the benefit of watching more such informative videos. In this video, we will be doing poem analysis of the poem Geography. So let's get started. Poem Geography is composed by Zulfikar Ghose. He was a Pakistani American. This video contains interpretation of the poem. We'll learn about some poetic devices. Theme, central idea and tone will be explained. We'll summarize. And at the end, there will be a question which will be an exit ticket for you. You will answer that question in the comment box so that the learning continues for others. Let's move further. Take a look at these two pictures. What do you see? Yes, one is depicting natural boundary consisting of mountains, rivers, valleys standing peacefully steadfast without conflicting into each other's areas. In contrast to this serene and tranquility of the first picture, we have a second picture which shows a compound with some people dividing that compound into further smaller sections. In the first stanza, the poet says that from his aeroplane's window, when he looked down, the geography looked very well defined, very beautiful, even though there were boundaries of mountains, rivers and valleys. But on the ground, up close, he found it very haphazard, very unplanned, without style. Now, these three words the poet has used beautifully to symbolize human hatred, human chaos on the ground. But from the bird's eye, from his aeroplane's window, that chaos was not seen. What he saw was a beautiful geography. Let me draw your attention on the repetition used here. When the jet sprang into the sky, when the jet sprang into the sky, the poet has used a repetition to continue the flow of thoughts, which will lead us to the second stanza. In the second stanza, he begins by saying, when the jet reached 10,000 feet high up in the sky, it was clear in the poet's mind why countries and cities developed close to a river, and what was the logic of geography. Logic of geography, that why man was attracted to land and water. For simple reason, it provided him stability and life. This was very clear in his mind when his jet reached 10,000 feet high. Again, there's a repetition here. You can see here there's a repetition. In the last stanza, the poet draws our attention to the natural side of geography, that the earth is round. You can see a bit of a curve, that there's more sea than land, you can see, and also that there are some boundaries which are good to look at. But one thing is difficult to understand, why men on earth hate each other. They make walls and boundaries against each other. Why do they have war? Why do they kill? When the natural geography is so logical, then why human race is at war? So here this stanza is very reflective, very critical, and the poet is conveying a message of peace and unity. Also, the word boundary that he has used is not just a literal word here. Boundary symbolizes human hatred, that we've created walls of hatred around us, and time has come that we should be united and be logical, just as the geography is. Poetic devices used in this poem. Repetition. Look at this line. When the jet sprang into the sky. The poet has used this in his first stanza. In the second stanza, There is a different kind of repetition which I want you to write in the comment box, which is the other line which he has used as repetition. Imagery. Imagery is a skill which the poet uses to create an image in a reader's mind, and in this particular poem, the words and phrases used here, like scaled 6 inches to the mile, 10,000 feet, they add vivid image of landscape below. It is a very powerful tool for a poet to use imagery so that the reader can imagine things and enjoy what he's writing. What is a tone? Tone is very reflective and critical, a message conveying tone. There is enjambment here. What is an enjambment? The lines in the stanza continue without a pause, without a comma or without a full stop. And why do they do so? They create a sense of momentum and fluidity in the speaker's thought. The speaker does not want to add a punctuation mark because he wants to convey his meaning in the next line. This particular skill is called enjambment. Alliteration is used here. Sprang into the sky. The S sound is dominant here. Seeing it scaled 6 inches, again S sound, S sound is dominant. Why the valleys? The W sound is dominant, hence alliteration has been used. What is the theme of the poem? The poet is highlighting the human nature of constructing boundaries leading to hatred and conflicts. What is the central idea? The man-made boundaries lack peace and unity, whereas natural boundaries such as mountains, rivers, etc. depict tranquility. Also, let me draw your attention on the message that the poet is conveying, that we should all stay united without constructing boundaries of hatred around us. Let's summarize. The poet expresses his concern about hatred and conflicts caused by man-made boundaries. Natural geographical boundaries stand steadfast in terms of peace, beauty, and tranquility as compared to man-made boundaries. The geographical clarity gets subdued by a much deeper observation. And that deeper observation, you can support that deeper observation by quoting these lines. Men on the earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across and to kill. From that height, it was not clear why. To understand and enjoy the poem better, you can have group presentation, meaning that 4-5 of you can get together and do a presentation. You can assign 2 marks for a smooth kind of a presentation by each member. The presentation should have clarity of explanation. You can assign some marks there. Some of you can explain the structure or the literary devices used in this poem, and your peers, your other group members can evaluate using this kind of a rubric chart. It'll be challenging and fun. So here's the question for you as an exit ticket. What irony does the poet highlight about the human race? Write your responses in the comment box so that whoever is watching can learn from your responses. I hope this video was informative. Do write the feedback. Thanks for watching.